What's going on, YouTube? It's Mike from the Hardcover Comic, and today I am joined by my very good friend and I guess the co-partner YouTuber, Matt. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening?
So it's time. It's that time. It's almost the end of January, which means February is coming up. Got to get your pre-orders in. If you're into that sort of thing, if the price is right, which I mean, you know, sometimes it can be. A lot of times you'll even find stuff cheaper on the Canadian Amazon than on the American one. However that makes sense. But yeah, time to look over some February releases. There's a shit ton. I don't even think I included all of them. There's a bunch of books that I know I'm not getting for sure, and I don't think you're going to be getting, Matt. So I was like, all right, well,
Yeah.
probably just skip over it. But I guess we'll get started with this thing here. Marvel Legacy. Now, again, just for everyone who's watching this and looking at these dates here, they are off. Amazon gets and sends out stuff like a week or two after it's actually been out already. So you can get this on in-stock trades probably like February, I don't know, 13th, 20th maybe, whenever it actually comes out. But it's still in February, so you just got to deal with it. Sorry, guys. So Marvel Legacy, I'm not really going to be picking this up. I don't think you are either, are you?
No, probably not that one.
512 pages. How? It's a single issue. So I'm really curious. I know these primer things, I guess, were little previews that they were doing or something, or like a little history rundown of the character. Seems like a silly book to buy, in my opinion. It's like $40 US too. Crazy. But
That seems kind of a lot.
Yeah, if that's your sort of thing. I mean, it is 500 pages, but again, I guess if you want that, it'll be there. Anyway, moving on. Just quickly going to bring this book up here. Erase Volume 4. It is a manga. It's about basically this manga artist who is trying to get his start in being an artist and writer, but seems to be struggling with it. But he's also got this weird thing where if something's going wrong, he relives that moment over and over again, sort of like Groundhog Day or that movie Tom Cruise recently did. Not recently, it was a while ago. Whatever. He keeps reliving that moment until he finds out what that problem was. And then at the same time, you're finding out about this history. When he was younger, there were a bunch of kids that that went missing and were murdered and disappeared and stuff like that. And he goes back. He goes so far back in time, reliving moments that he goes back to that, you know, when he was a younger kid. Pretty cool story so far. But yeah, that's coming out sometime in February too, Volume 4. Let's see what we got next on the list. New Teen Titans Volume 2.
I didn't even realize that was coming out already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good lord.
Mm-hmm. Time's flying by, man. There's
And those are fairly cheap books too. I mean, $50, and that's Amazon price. That's not even IST.
Yeah, it's 75.
Wait, hang on. Are you on Amazon US or Canadian?
US.
Okay, I was like, we should clarify here.
Yeah, this is the US one because for whatever reason the actual websites are structured differently, and it's so much easier to use the US one when looking for stuff in like a specific month. And you can, on the US one you can filter by hardcover versus softcover. On the Canadian one, you can't. Don't know why they made that change, but it's there. Seems kind of, but
Wasn't very big either.
I mean, you get New Teen Titans 21 through 40, 2 annuals, Batman and the Outsiders 5, and then Tales of the Teen Titans number 41. I'm pretty excited about this. And yeah, I mean, Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, no, the first volume was spectacular. You know, I mean, obviously these are reprints, but you know, instead of having to fork out an arm and a leg for, you know, the original, and personally, I like these covers a lot better than the original prints.
Yeah, if this is actually the cover they're gonna use, pretty badass. It does look like it's pretty much a finished. Oh, nope, they're gonna let me look at it. Right now, Amazon, damn it. I mean, that's a pretty sweet cover. Zoomed in too far, Amazon. George Perez artwork still. Pretty exciting. Man, Amazon has just been driving me crazy right now. But it's $75 cover, so it's going to be $37.50 on in-stock trades week of release. That's pretty good. Pretty damn good for like 24 issues, I guess, in a oversized hardcover. That's coming out sometime in early February. I'm not really that interested in this, but Flashpoint Unwrapped, for those of you that like looking at pencil work, should be pretty fun if you're into that sort of thing. Only 5 issues. Jeez. This is one that you and I sort of talked about a little bit.
This cover is weird to me. Like, I'm sure the book's great. I'm not knocking the material or anything in it, and eventually I'll probably put it up. But let's look at this cover real quick.
It's Amazon. It's just let me read.
Yeah. Your computer's not being very nice right now.
What is going on? Okay, here we go.
Okay, so you have this cover, and a lot of people were saying like how much they absolutely loved this cover. And while overall it is a really cool cover, I'm very confused about what is happening here. It looks like his arm just became like a major mustard stain.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding what's happening here. Like, is his arm's
supposedly
stuck in the
cape.
Yeah, is it stuck in the cape?
Right,
Like, I don't understand what the heck's going on.
I think so, but how does the cape wrap around like a scarf yet
I
come
don't
back all the way here?
Correct. I don't get it. And it just looks so weird to me.
Look at that nose.
Yeah, it's a little off. I didn't even catch that.
He's got the alfalfas going here.
Well, that's okay though. You know, it's supposed to represent a young boy, and when you think young boy, that's what you think. The hairstyle, etc. So I mean, I'm okay with that. And the overall cover is not bad. I mean, It's not bad at all. It's just that weird cape thing that throws me for a loop. I don't know.
It's kind of weird. I agree.
Maybe it's just me.
I mean, if a lot of people love it, more power to them. This is a book I was considering getting, but it's only 216 pages, and it's going for 35 cover. Again, if you can use in stock trades, it's not a bad deal.
Correct.
Like $17.50. But
Correct.
For me, on Canadian Amazon, which is the only option I have right now, I'm not going to be in the States for a while. It's like $46, and it's pretty much at cover price right now. I don't think it's been discounted for pre-order at all, so definitely not on my list. Yeah, it's like 4 issues.
Maybe it'll be one of those ones you pick up when you are back in the States.
Yeah.
When does that drop? Oh, it drops after you're at my house. I was gonna say you could order it and just have it sent to my house, but
see, that's the thing is this is Amazon's date. When it'll be on in stock trades, I don't know.
That's
I probably
true.
should figure that stuff out, but that's gonna be double the task because I have to figure out every single title here. But something to look out for. This is, again, not a book I'm going to be getting because I didn't get Volume 1, but they are following up on Batman and the Outsiders, giving you a Volume 2. These are standard size hardcovers. These are not oversized, just so you know, if you're thinking about buying it. And it's got an annual and number 14 through 23 for $50. How many pages is that? 312 pages. That's kind of bullshit. I don't even for 25 on in stock trades, I don't know, for a standard size hardcover, getting like 11 issues, I don't know. That's one I'd typically pass on. Very weird cover.
Yeah, that is kind of an odd one.
This can't be a final cover, can it? Weird.
Maybe.
Check out.
I don't know. Don't you have the other Batman and the Outsiders though? The Volume 1?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Check out Katana's outfit. She definitely got an upgrade. Anyway, let's see what we got here. I don't even know what's the next tab. I'm kind of excited. Action Comics Rebirth.
Yes.
Deluxe number 2. Super excited for this. I think, is this the one where it comes out a few days before Planet Comic-Con, and it has the Clayman covers, and you're like, I need something for Clayman to sign. The covers are going to be in this book, and it comes out literally the week of.
Yeah, it comes out right the day, 2 days after Comic-Con ends.
Oh, it comes 2 days after.
Well, it depends. If you order IST and you have fast shipping through IST, it'll be here in time. Otherwise, if you go with Amazon, it doesn't come out until the Tuesday after.
Right. But look at this shit. 18 issues. You get Action Comics 967 through 984. That's omnibus size for some Marvel books. 440 pages. And it's 35 cover. How does the pricing's driving me crazy? Because like that Batman and the Outsiders is more expensive, and you get half the content. And
But it's Rebirth. It's a good story.
A very good story, yeah. And of course, I wonder if they're gonna put number 1000 in. They'd have to in the third deluxe or the fourth one, whichever one it ends up being. Anyway, very excited for this. Look at all these great Rebirth reads. What's next? Oh, this one. I think you're getting this one, right?
Yeah, Deadpool by Daniel Way. It's a book I'm definitely excited for. $100 cover price. You should be able to. I'm pretty sure it's 100 cover. I might be wrong on that. It might be 125, but I think it's 100 cover.
I think it's 100.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 100 cover. So obviously 50 on IST if you're in the States. Daniel Way is who got me into Deadpool, to actually be quite honest with you. I had kind of fallen out of comics a little bit. When I was growing up, I got into some trouble and did some other things instead, and kind of fell out of comics. And so probably mid-2000s, I get back into comics, and Deadpool was always he wasn't on the level that he is now. I mean, he was a popular character, an up-and-coming character, so I started reading the Daniel Way stuff, like The Secret Invasion. It was like at that time period when all those were coming out. And what did that say, 2008? Yeah, that would have been right around then. So it's a fun read. It's a really fun read. Daniel Way did a great job on it. I strongly recommend this book. I've read all the singles. It is a book that I would be picking up. Definitely recommend it. How many pages is it? 900?
Yeah.
Yeah, $50 on IST for a 900-page Deadpool book. Can't go wrong.
I'm kind of interested to see how this Thunderbolts issue ties, these two issues tie in, because they're 10 years before.
Yeah. I'm just kind of, my issue with this whole thing is, the Posehn Dugan Deadpool Omni kind of it's been known to have some issues with binding and kind of things like that. So hopefully Marvel has learned their lesson when it comes to Deadpool books, and all's good. Like the Deadpool Classic is a great book. I haven't heard any complaints about the others, but
speaking of which, we were. I sort of shared this picture in our little Omni chat room. I got the Deadpool and Co. Omnibus, which is pretty new, and at least in my copy, I doubt this is like a worldwide thing, but
I hope not.
Literally the binding was coming apart. It was separated, and I mean, I don't think that's Amazon's fault. That's definitely from the bindery or whatever it is they do on a mass production line. Like
honestly, it looked like the Marvel Zombies, this omnibus, and like the Final Crisis Absolute. Like that's sort of what it looked like. It was kind of separating from the block. So
yeah,
it was pretty ugly.
Yeah, not excited about that, but I'll have Amazon fix that one for me. This is a maybe for me right now. I don't know if I'm getting it for sure yet, but just because February is so expensive, I may have to let it flood over. Grass Kings, I'm pretty excited about this. I'm a huge Matt Kindt fan. I think we, on our podcast, Four Guys in a Comic, we all read number one, or at least me.
Correct.
Yeah, I think we all read number one.
Yep.
So, looking forward to that.
Number one was interesting. I never got past number one.
Yeah.
But number one was interesting.
$30. I don't think In Stock Trades does. Do they do 50% off on Dark Horse books as well? I don't think they ever go as high as 50%.
No, usually indie titles like that, they're in like the 30% to 20 to 30-ish.
Yeah.
I don't recall exactly what they are, but the Marvel and DC really seem to be the only ones that get the 50% off the first week.
Yeah. I mean,
but still, it's a pretty cheap book to begin with, $20.
It's 35% off on Amazon now, so I mean.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's throw the small 20 out there and get a pretty good, hopefully a pretty good read. Matt Kindt's usually a pretty safe bet, though.
Yes, he is.
This one I'm very excited about, even though I have the singles. Secret Weapons Deluxe coming out from Valiant. I'm surprised they put it out so early, considering a number 0 just came out recently, and a second number 0 is coming out, and it's telling like the origin stories of the new characters they introduced. But this only collects the 4-issue miniseries and a bunch of extras as always. It's kind of weird. I figured they would have waited until all the little tie-ins and stuff got released too, and then put out another one. But it's going to be a pretty small book, 160 pages. And I mean, it's $19 right now.
It's going to be like the size of the original Divinity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Secret Weapons was a good read though. I read all that during the Valiant reviews. They sent us out stuff like 2 months in advance, and I just remember plowing through them, and I was like, "This is so good." I think I read it like last May, I want to say, but
yeah, it was a lot of fun. Introduced some really cool new characters that have like the stupidest powers, but you know, it's kind of fun. Get some more Livewire in there as well. But I'm pretty excited about that. There's a lot of Valiant Deluxes already scheduled to come out this year. That reminds me, I think I just need to double check this. We're gonna do this live right now.
The Ninjak Omnibus, classic Omnibus.
February 6th is what they're saying. I don't know if I buy it.
It's gotten pushed back already, hasn't it?
That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure the Canadian Amazon says something different, but I'm not going to go on that much of a detour right now. Yeah, but hopefully that does drop. I'd love to read this. I think this is a Joe Quesada cover. Pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Anyway, plowing right through. We're already at 16 minutes. What the hell?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly, and looking at what books to buy and budgeting out your shit. Invincible Iron Man by Michael Bendis.
I'll probably pass on that one.
Yeah, me too. $40, 14 issues.
Yeah.
$20 on ISC, 328 pages. Probably be oversized. I don't know why they didn't call this like they put out omnibus. Books that have less issues and called it an omnibus. I don't know why they didn't call this an omnibus. Maybe because he's leaving for DC. They're like, you know, we're still gonna make money off you, but we're not giving you an omnibus. This I'm pretty excited about. Daredevil Shadowland omnibus.
Yes. 125 cover price.
Yep.
In stock. First week, 50% off guaranteed, $62.50. God, I'm so excited for that one. The Shadowland stuff was great. And you got a Moon Knight mini in there, which just is even more exciting for me. You got the Ghost Rider in there. It's just, it's going to be so good.
Little Power Man thrown in there as well. Let's see what this thing's got. Okay, 1,100 pages. Pretty good. Obviously oversized. God, do you think this is the final cover? It's not bad, I guess. Cover with Moon Knight on it.
Right?
Oh, when's sorry, we're just gonna spiral out of control here again. Because I know that Bendis Moon Knight collection's coming out. I don't think I'm gonna get that either, but this is
I am. That comes out in March. I'm getting it.
You're getting it?
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that overview,
sure.
folks.
Yeah,
just
no, it's
like
already
a month and a half away.
It's already pre-ordered, my friend. I'm getting it.
This one I'm not that interested in just because I don't collect Marvel oversized hardcovers, but just for you folks out there, it is coming out. The next volume of Dan Slott's Amazing Spider-Man, an oversized hardcover. Issues 20 through 28 and an annual. 304 pages. $35 cover price.
Here's my thing on that. Amazing reads. Dan Slott, Amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man is one of my favorite titles. Dan Slott's been on it for ages. He's actually just announced recently that he's leaving it and he's going to Iron Man now.
What?
So, you haven't heard about this?
No.
Oh, breaking news. No,
Whoa.
not really. It was announced a couple days ago. Dan Slott is leaving Amazing Spider-Man, and he's been writing it since 2007, 2008, something like that is how long he's been writing Spider-Man for, like consecutively.
Oh, Lord.
So he's leaving Spider-Man, and he's gonna go start writing Iron Man now. And he said that he was taking the hyphen with him, and it's now going to be Iron-Man. And Slott, you beautiful man.
That's definitely not a recent picture. Like, definitely
no, not at all.
not a recent picture.
That's an old one. But anyways, yeah, he's leaving. So here's my hope. My hope is that because of the fact that he's now leaving Amazing Spider-Man, they're finally, fingers crossed, are going to release ASM slot omnibuses.
Oh my God.
You probably have enough there for 3 to 5 volumes, depending on how large you make these.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is they've taken forever to release Claremont stuff of X-Men. Like, considering one of the largest and like most respected comic runs of all time, and it's taking them forever to print it. So I'd love a set of slot of Spider-Man on it.
Yeah, my hope is that they're going to do that now because Slot's done. Slot also just recently finished with Silver Surfer, so there's a lot of hope that a Mike Allred Slot Silver Surfer Omni comes out soon. So fingers crossed, people. This is why I'm not getting those, and I probably won't ever get those. I'm holding off. I'm fingers crossed for like a 2019 or late 2018 Spider-Man Omni. So
staying faithful.
Yeah, buddy.
So this is a super random book. It's
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, fair enough. Being published by Humanoids. The reason I'm getting it is because I typically do blind buy their books, even though I don't know what they're about. Mostly because when they say oversized deluxe, it's like the size of an absolute.
Oh wow.
So usually European comics have amazing artwork because it takes them like a year to make this, like 112-page book. So I'm on the fence about this. I don't know if I'm going to get it day one. These usually go out of print super fast because they don't do big print runs, but I'll see what it's all about and see if I go pick it up. I mean, it looks kind of interesting.
Oh, it's like a mutated elephant.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a little sci-fi book. There's mushrooms all over the place. Some kind of psychedelic sci-fi book. So this is great. This is like another set, I guess they're going to be doing of these like standard size hardcovers. Green Lantern Corps, Beware Their Power, which just collects issues 207 through 215 and then a couple annuals of the series. Don't know why they're doing this, or why they're starting at Green Lantern Corps number 207 instead of doing like a set of Omnis, but it's got this very bizarre cover. I wonder what comic this is from. It looks like I mean, I can't draw this well, but doesn't look like one of the greatest covers ever.
It looks like it was colored with a crayon. It does. I mean, not in a bad way, I guess, but it does. It does.
Yeah, 264 pages, $40 cover price. Again, more expensive than the goddamn Action Comics Rebirth Deluxe 2. Way less content. Buy it at your own risk.
Yes, House of Secrets. Mm-hmm. First appearance, you'll get the first appearance of Swamp Thing in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
864 pages.
That's a good sized Omni.
I think the price may have to do with the fact that I don't know how much this has really been collected.
Holy buckets. I guess I didn't realize what the price was on that.
Yeah.
That's more than Swamp Thing was, isn't it?
Yeah, and the reason for that I think is because this stuff may have not been reprinted before, so they like retouched it all up and they had to go through all that stuff. Maybe, I don't know for sure though.
Yeah, I'll want to do some overviews myself before jumping on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, you got some Bernie Wrightson art in there, and it's always
I love Bernie Wrightson.
Take a look at that cover. It's unfortunate because
I don't. Okay, here's my thing with the DC Bronze Age stuff.
Yeah,
they have really cool, like that artwork is really really awesome. What I don't like, you can't see me because you can see. Well, maybe you guys can see me. I'm pointing at my screen though. Is I don't like the brown with like the purple stripe. They did the same thing with Swamp Thing.
Yep. They just
and they do the same thing with the Batman Bronze Age books.
Correct, yeah.
I don't like that design. There's like the Batgirl one, the Justice League. I mean, that design is so wackadoo. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just because we're blessed with a lot of other artistic people in some of the Facebook groups and things that we're in, and they do these amazing redesigns of the dust jackets, and I'm just like, you guys need to hire these cats because they design some awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's just this weird theme they're going for. Like the Golden Age ones have that kind of vibe too, and then the Silver Age ones do as well. But they obviously have like a silver background, like this one here. I don't like it. It looks good on the shelf because it's all uniform. I guess if you like that, but it's kind of boring too when you could really get creative with it. The one thing that does suck is Darwin Cook did like the first, I think, 2 or 3 volumes of all the Golden Age ones that came out, and he's got like that art style where it looks like I don't know. It's just got a good vibe to it. So it's unfortunate that he's passed away and can't do any more of those.
Hmm.
Um, this one I'm very excited about. I think it comes out in February still, even though Amazon gets him a week or two later. I'm pretty sure it's still in February. Absolute Wonder Woman Volume 2. Um, Obviously the best way to read the story. Um, it's arguable whether Cliff Chang's artwork deserves an absolute, but it's great. The first one's awesome. 456 pages. Pretty juicy absolute.
The
Um,
story's amazing.
yeah,
You actually gave me your old custom bind of this, and which is why I'll never buy the absolutes because I have that.
yeah,
But if I didn't have that, I would definitely, most definitely be grabbing these absolutes. I would love to see that artwork in that big, oversized, gorgeous format.
yeah,
But like I said, I got them in a collected custom bind that you gifted me, and so I was like, I can't part with that. That's a
yeah,
gift. So I was like, I'll forego the absolutes right now. But no, it's if I'm serious, people. If I didn't have it and you've never read this story, I'm not even a huge Wonder Woman fan by any stretch of the imagination. I binged all, what is it, 35 issues? Is that
yep.
what it
30,
is?
35. Yeah,
36? Yeah. I binged all 35 issues within 2 days. That's how good this book was. It was so freaking incredible. Brian Azzarello, we're stoked. We're actually going to be meeting him next month.
yeah.
And fingers crossed. I'm gonna take that custom bind. I'm gonna see if he'll sign it. We'll see.
Maybe get a smile out of him.
Yeah, maybe. I've
We'll
heard
see.
he's not very smiley.
A little standoffish, as it were. A book I'm pretty excited about. This is like it's hard to even find the trade paperback for this. Challengers of the Unknown by the legendary creative team Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. This was the first book they worked on, and like on Kevin Smith's podcast, Fat Man on Batman, Jeff Loeb talked about him hooking up with Tim Sale because Tim Sale could draw ugly characters, and he wanted ugly characters for this book. Like he's like, I saw Tim Sale's artwork and his faces weren't that great, so I wanted to get him to draw it. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's true, but at the same
yeah,
time, I love Tim Sale's artwork.
yeah,
Um, there's just something about it. It's like you look at a Tim Sale book and you can say right then and there, boom, that's Tim Sale. Like
yeah,
there's no questioning it.
100%. There's some artwork there for you folks looking at this right now. Yeah, there's some ugly ass people in here. But I'm pretty excited about that. I believe it is a deluxe. Oh, I hope it's oversized. Um, you get the 8 issues, 248 pages. It's $30. I mean, 15 on in stock trades. That's not bad. That's actually pretty damn good. And I mean, Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. It's a pretty safe bet. It's going to be good. Coming down to the last few books. So for those of you that don't go to the movie theaters or don't look at trailers, there's this movie coming out called Battle Angel Alita, which is based off of a manga that is pretty old. I think it's Kodansha Comics is releasing these really, really nice deluxe hardcovers. Um, there's like 5 of them available for pre-order on Amazon, but they're basically doing it because the movie's coming out, make a quick buck off of it. 400 pages, $26. It's 30 cover price. So if you are interested in if you end up seeing the movie and you are interested in it, there's great hardcovers you can put on your shelf. What they mean by deluxe, it's like normally manga is like the size of your hand almost. It's really small. But the deluxe hardcovers are the size of like a standard Western comic. So pretty cool. Coming down to the last 2 books here. So if there's any fans of Fable out there, or Fables, I think it's called, right? It's plural.
Fables, yep.
Yeah. Um, Second deluxe for Jack of Fables is coming out. I think I'm starting. Oh, I know there was a book that was canceled, but I don't think it's this. From what I know, I'm not getting this because I didn't read Fables. I'm not going to get Jack of Fables. I've heard he's a pretty annoying character. Um,
The little bit I've read of Fables, yes, that's actually another series that I really want to collect. And luckily, you can get all the deluxes, pretty cheap. It's like $15 a book on IST, give or take.
yeah,
But I think there's like 13 of them. So I
there's
mean
15 now.
15 now. So yeah, that it adds up.
Oh yeah,
But just grabbing a book here, grabbing a book there.
study.
Fables is a great read too. Like I said, I haven't read all, but from what I have read, I've really, really enjoyed it. I haven't read the Jack of Fables stuff, but Fables is just, it's not what you expect. Like, honestly, when I first started reading it, I was almost expecting it to be sort of along the lines of Once Upon a Time on ABC, that TV show.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was expecting. It's not it at all. No, it's really good.
No, yeah, it's I'd like to get Fables. I'm waiting for, because again, the artwork in Fables too is phenomenal. Like, it's really good artwork, and the deluxe is a good size, but I'm waiting for hopefully an omnibuses one day. Maybe I'd love to see that artwork in absolute format, but that would be an expensive set of absolutes to get. However many issues, it's like 150 issues or something, which could make for like a cool 4 omnibus set or 5 even. But collects issues 16 through 27, $40 cover price. It's 416 pages. So I mean, if you're looking for something new, I guess, and want to try the Vertigo book, there's one to check out. Only two volumes deep so far. And lastly, Tales of the Batman by Gene Colan, Volume 2. Again, it says March 6th up here, but that means late February. Again, not a book I'll be getting. The Tales of the Batman books are nice if you can find them at like a good deal, or if it's an artist you really like. They have some cool ones for artists like Gene Colan again. But I don't know if Volume 1 is even around still. And there's just too much other shit to buy right now. But this collects Detective Comics 530 through 538, 540 through 544, and then a couple issues of World's Finest. But
yes,
I know you're a big fan of Gene Colan.
I am. I will not be picking that up though. I don't know if it's something I would read.
Yeah.
It's something like I'd probably flip through and appreciate. So maybe if I found it for like super cheap, like $10 or something, I'd probably pick it up. But it's not something that's on my wish list. Unfortunately, I'm not a baller like you are.
Responsibilities. Woo!
Yeah, I have a family and things, and so I have to be very, very selective on what I do, and that does not make the list. Honestly, for me, just because, like I said, I got to be selective on what I purchase. The only books in February that I'm actually looking forward to and wanting to get is Daredevil Shadowland and Deadpool by Way.
Yeah.
And then in March, the only thing I'm looking for in March is that Moon Knight.
True.
I mean, you got Daredevil Wade 2 coming out, but I just got all 5 of the oversized hardcovers for like extremely cheap. So I'm like, I don't need the Omnis anymore. I have all 5 OHCs. So.
Oh well. Lucky you.
Lucky me.
But I mean, yeah, pretty juicy month, man. February is going to be a big one.
Yes, it'll be nice.
I had to cut out a bunch of stuff, and I mean, it's still going to be great. I'm excited. Always nice to get new comics, but I guess that's about it. There's obviously more books coming out, but I'm not going to talk about books I don't know anything about at all. Like, just make stuff up. There's no point.
Yep, none at all.
But I think these are the most exciting ones, and half an hour went by. If you're still in this right now and you're listening, thank you, man. You must love comics as much as we do, hardcovers especially. But it's very exciting.
Yeah, so stay tuned to some more stuff that we got going on, though, because we do have some really exciting stuff coming up. We're going to be doing some team-ups with some other YouTube channels. Omnibuds Cafe, Peter's channel, Crushing Crisis. He's going to be hopefully jumping on and doing some stuff with us. There's a few other people in the mix, I believe. So stay tuned. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff coming up, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at Hardcover Comic. I'd go there now, but I don't know which account I'm logged on. And
I don't want you to see my personal
yeah,
stuff.
I don't need you to see where I stand politically. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, at Hardcover Comic, we'll just post random stuff there sometimes, and just try and get on the good side of the creators, in case we're ever at a con and be like, hey, you remember you retweeted at Hardcover Comic saying how
Yeah.
awesome your book was? That's us, man. Now sign this shit. Uh,
I'm
but
gonna do that to Tom King when I hand him Vision. Sign this shit.
I liked it, man. Check out my OC too. Here's a link. You didn't retweet it or like it, but you will now.
Gabriel did. That's all I need.
That's all you need, man. But yeah. Oh, also, I guess we may as well talk about this. If any of you guys are going to Planet Comic Con in Kansas City, February, we will be there. I guess we'll be tweeting about it. So if you're following us on Twitter, maybe you'll be able to follow us around in real life too. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll do some interviews and whatnot with you guys as well.
Yeah, would love to just meet up with other fans of comics and hardcover collecting, especially because it's a pretty it's a relatively large group, but at the same time pretty small, and we're all huge geeks about it from what I've seen. I mean, if you're into hardcover comics, you're like neck deep. You're in it big. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I guess until next month. This will have to tide you over for that crazy addictive thing where you just sort of go on Amazon, you're like, oh, let's see what's coming out, I guess. And then you're like looking into October of 2019 to see what's happening then. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let us know what books you're looking forward to, what you're going to be picking up, what's on your list from the ones we mentioned, or if we missed any, you can give a shit for it. I didn't include trade paperbacks because this would have been like 2 hours long. And for all I know, Matt and I probably aren't getting any of them. So thanks for tuning in, guys. And yeah, until next time, you stay classy, Internet.
The power is yours.